What do you think when you first time you came into Ashtabula and saw the sign with your name on it, home of Urban Meyer, coming back into town?
Well, I'm not really into that stuff, but I'm very appreciative. I'm just awful proud of this town. And it started in '06. I remember we were playing Ohio State when I was at Florida for the national title. And someone showed up, a reporter, and they said something about, you know, not necessarily making fun, but I remember looking at a guy, you know, and I got real defensive about where I grew up. And just because I've been so lucky to go see all these other places, and I wouldn't trade anything. So I think any time that I'm associated with this great city and this great town and the county, and you know, my good friends still here, I still talk to frequently, and it's really important that we try to get back here every year and do the best we can.
Urban and Dean and I, several years ago, got together and they wanted to do something to give back to the community. We've all had success growing up in Ashtabula County, and this is just one way that we can give back to the community. This is our third year. We have just under 400 this year, grades 1 through 8. Well, not only are they learning the fundamentals of football, but they're also learning character building. They're learning leadership from Urban and Dean, and that's very important, obviously, for every endeavor, not only just playing sports, but just in life.
This is it's for the kids. It's for the experience to get them an opportunity here where we have a chance to give them this kind of exposure and take it a step further. It's a great community message. It's just a way that we can do some things to give them a chance that they may not have, as other kids don't have this opportunity in a facility like this and with these coaches. The younger kids are coming out more than what we've had before, and that's what we're looking for. You know, we're looking to get involvement and an understanding and appreciation of what we can do. For Urban to come back to town here and Coach Dean Hood, for them to be able to do this in their own hometown in this type of setting. I mean, they both tell me, every time they come here, they say they just can't believe they're here. This is just amazing that we get to do this where we grew up, and to have the influence on these young kids. I mean, I was just talking to Urban a few minutes ago, and a kid came up to him and said, "I'm going to come play football for you one day." I mean, that's amazing, right? That means we've connected.
You know, just incredible platform, you know, with Urban Meyer being at Ohio State and having the heart he has to want to give back to his community. And, you know, accomplish number one is just, you know, to secure the game of football. There's a lot of things out there that kids have an option of doing, and we just love the fact that we got an opportunity to preserve the game of football by having a kids camp. You know, safety. We have a tackling safety station to try to teach kids the right way to tackle. There's no pads, but teach them the right form. Fundamentals of the game, you know, that's very important. And then character. You know, we take time out in between the offensive station and the defensive stations just to speak some truth in their life from a character standpoint. We've talked to them about telling the truth. We've talked to them about being a gentleman, and here in a little bit we'll talk to them about loving your brother, which is accepting, protecting, and serving, you know, your teammates, people that are on your team or in your family. It doesn't matter what the scheme is of the middle school team or the high school team. They can take the fundamentals of the game and be productive in any, you know, scheme that they have. We hope that they're going home and telling their mom and dad please and thank you and being grateful after the things we talk to them. We hope they're better listeners. We talk to them about being a good listener, so we hope that carries over in the classroom and listening to their parents or whoever their guardian is, or their coach or their grandma. So I think there will be carryover. I've seen carryover in the community a little bit. Just the other day, going to Hillmax to go grab a fish sandwich, saw two boys in a Urban Meyer, Dean Hood football camp shirt from a year ago, carrying a football, walking and talking, down 9th Avenue. I think, a football field is one of the last great frontiers, I think, for teaching. It's an unbelievable classroom. I think Coach Says is real powerful. So I take that seriously, that I've been given the job of being a football coach, and I don't take lightly the fact that kids are listening when a coach says something to them. And so we want to make sure that we're feeding them with good food for their mind when we talk to them.
How to throw the ball well and how to get in your stance.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
You glad you came?
He's 8. He's going into 3rd grade, and he's kind of small to play football, but he's very excited to hang out with Urban Meyer at Spire. I would love for him to play football. Yeah, go Ohio State.
So you think this is a nice opportunity for him?
I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's a nice thing that Spire does and the radio station to put it together, and especially to make it accessible to all the kids. I think it's good.
I learned how to tackle and defense and offense. And this is my first year. So
Is it? How old are you?
10. Hey, can I
You gonna come back?
You will.
It's really nice to be able to come back, and it was kind of neat. One of the local stations in Columbus went to where I grew up on Lake Road West, and I got to wake up this morning and look at the Lake Erie and had a couple moments to myself and just remember an incredible childhood here. So Dean and I have had a passion for Ashtabula. The both of us have been very blessed to go travel around and actually hundreds of different high schools and communities, and you just always go back and say how fortunate we are to be from Ashtabula, and what an incredible place and great people. We both had great coaches to this day that if you go to Eastern Kentucky or Ohio State, you'll see bits and pieces of everything we learned from Ohio State, from Ashtabula, Ohio. So we started thinking, what's the best way to give back? And we had great mentors, and so the two groups of people that we can maybe have an impact on are young kids, because we're not allowed to use high school. We can't meet with high school players, and then the high school coaches. So, he started telling me about Spires. I was like, really? I couldn't believe when I saw it. So that's why we do it. It was a great day today. I always wish the numbers were more. I can't see why every kid in the county wouldn't come here for a free camp and get to hang out, throw the ball around a little bit, have a little fun. And same with every coach. There must be other things going on, which I'm sure there are. But you'd like to see every high school coach in the area come and hang out and talk some football and get a free lunch and spend a great day to say this is where your dad did this and where we grew up.
What did you learn living in Ashtabula?
I learned, toughness. I played for a guy named Paul Kopko, and Bill Schmidt was my baseball coach, and Kopko was a tough guy. I was back in the Woody Hayes era that things went on now that you can't do now. Kopko would have a little issue in 2000 and whatever, 14, but I love Paul Kopko and Ken Petricello, Coach Mackey, and if you watched our practices, which they have many times, they've been invited, obviously open invitation, but the toughness, the blue-collar work ethic, which Ashtabula, Ohio is, and there's no question that's what I'm sure both of us learned.
I learned you need to focus on where you tackle, head at the side, head always up, and never look down or you can get injured. So always look up so you can see.
So you gonna play football when you get to high school?
We always do that.
Who are you gonna play for?
We play for the Lakeside Giants.
Okay.